Imagine an empire stretching from the Hindu Kush to the shores of the Mediterranean, a superpower of the medieval world, the great Seljuk Empire. But even the mightiest Sultan, Malik Shah I, faced an enemy he could not conquer with the sword: time. By the year 1074, the lunar Hijri calendar had drifted significantly from the solar seasons. It was perfect for faith, but a nightmare for the state. Tax collections were due when crops were not yet harvested. Spring festivals arrived in the middle of winter. The machinery of the state was out of sync with the rhythms of the earth. So to fix this, Malik Shah did not call for more soldiers. He called for the greatest minds of his age. And at the center of them stood a man history would remember as a poet. But the stars knew him as something far greater: Omar Khayyam, a master of mathematics. This was not just a committee. This was the world's first high-precision research institute. Based in the imperial capital, Isfahan, Malik Shah spared no expense. Under the patronage of the legendary vizier Nizam al-Mulk, Khayyam, and 7 other astronomers, including al-Khazini, began their work. They had no telescopes. They had observation. Using massive stone quadrants and astrolabes, they tracked the sun's passage through the zodiac with relentless, unforgiving precision. They were not just searching for a new year, they were decoding the solar tropical year itself. Khayyam understood something profound. The Julian calendar, used by the Romans and much of the world at the time, was flawed. It was adding too much time, drifting 1 full day every 128 years. The Seljuks did not want approximation. They wanted perfection. They wanted something eternal. Here is where the impossible becomes reality. Khayyam's calculations were nothing short of breathtaking. He determined the length of the solar year to be 365.242198 days. Let that sink in. The modern value, confirmed by atomic clocks, is 365.242190. In the 11th century, they were accurate to the 6th decimal place. This was not luck. This was mastery. How did they achieve it? Through an elegant and complex system of leap year cycles. While the Gregorian calendar, developed 5 centuries later, uses a 400-year cycle, Khayyam proposed a 33-year cycle. Now consider this carefully. The Gregorian era is 1 day every 3,226 years, but the Jalali era is only 1 day every 5,000 years. This was not just good for its time. This was beyond its time. Even today, it stands as one of the most accurate solar calendars ever devised by the human mind. Think about that. The Seljuks were living in a reality more precisely aligned with the cosmos than much of the modern world. While parts of Europe struggled through what was once called the Dark Ages, Isfahan was a beacon, a center of the Islamic Golden Age. The Jalali calendar, named after Malik Shah's royal title, Jalalul Dawla, was officially inaugurated on March 15th, 1079. But this was never just about mathematics. This was about power. By mastering time, Malik Shah aligned his empire's economy with the movement of the heavens. This was an era of construction, of vision, of intellectual dominance. The great mosque of Isfahan rose in magnificence, and the Nizamiya madrasas laid the foundations for what we now call universities. Centuries later, names like Copernicus and Galileo would echo through history. But what we often see are echoes of something earlier, something already achieved in the Seljuk courts. They did not merely preserve knowledge, they shattered it, refined it, and rebuilt it with a precision the ancient world had never seen. Malik Shah passed away in 1092, and in time his empire fragmented, but his calendar was too perfect to disappear. Today, the solar Hijri calendar used in Iran and Afghanistan remains a direct descendant of Khayyam's work, a living system born from intellect, discipline, and vision. The Jalali era reminds us that history is not only written through battles, it is written through ideas, through discovery, through the conquest of the unknown. By aligning earthly time with celestial mechanics, the Seljuk astronomers proved something extraordinary, that the human mind can bridge the gap between the dust of the earth and the light of the stars. And now, as we stand in the year 2026, we look back and realize something profound. Malik Shah's legacy is not carved in stone. It lives in the very way we measure our lives. They mastered time before the world was ready to keep up.